Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello there, welcome back.
So, guys, we're going to give you an update on our garden, our primary garden area, which, again, we live on 2/10 of an acre. We don't even have a quarter acre. This is 2/10 of an acre. Very small, but actually probably pretty damn typical.
Yeah, I mean it's probably your average size yard that most people have sitting close into a town.
Now, everything we're going to show you, we really got a late start last year. We bought the house in June. Yeah, I think June 8th or something around there, June, somewhere in June,
Yeah.
we bought the house. And so, we didn't really get to start planting anything till August, which was late, but we went out scrambling and we found what we could. Most of what we got so much stuff that was on the last sale before they throw it out.
Yeah, everything that was on the challenged rack.
Yeah, we were buying stuff on the challenged rack, but we knew we'd be able to bring it back to health. And really, we have help from Mother Nature and all the elementals. And the elementals are real beings that take care of all this plant life. And you can see this looks pretty happy, does it not? This right here is a blackberry bush. And again, this was put in August, and everything that we planted was probably no bigger than 12, maybe 16 inches.
Yeah, and Mike was the one who planted all these last year because I just, whatever happened to me, I couldn't do anything. So this is all credited to him. And all winter, we didn't intermittent water, and I was so afraid we would lose everything. But look, everything is so happy now.
Well, yeah, we're in Grow Zone 8, and on the eastern side of Texas, on the Arkansas border, it's not like what you think of when you think stereotypical Texas. It's lush and it's green, and we get the lowest amount of rain that we should get in a month is about 3 inches. That's still pretty good. In the desert, we were getting 6 for a year. But most months are like 4 to 5 inches of rain, so that's going to bring a lot of life and the ability for life. At the same time, I'd say we would dip below the freezing mark maybe 20 times, 15 to 20 times. I would say that we dip below that freezing mark. So that's tricky. I wish we didn't. I would love it if we never dip below freezing, because you would see lime trees and lemon trees and avocados and oranges, and we'd find a spot to put them all in. But we're adjusting with what we have. And, berries are so nutritionally dense. They're wonderful. Now, of course, you're going to get berries depending on where you're at. You might get them at a certain time and then you're done. But hey, then you basically jar them and go from there. You could freeze dry them too, and we have a bunch of stuff that we haven't even used yet, but this year we will. And we don't have any tomatoes going yet, which, is a travesty, I know. We've just been trying to get things situated. There's always things that pop up in life as I'm going to pan out. You could see where there was a 10-foot by 20-foot by 7-foot tall greenhouse, there's now a little 6 by 6 by 7, because the other greenhouse is there and in little pieces next to it, the frame. So it did so good. It held up through a lot of wind and a lot of storms, but it was like a microburst, or there were tornadoes in the area, and Cindy feels like it might have been tornado related, as it did really damage section of the fence too, which I'll have to replace. But priorities. Right now we got to get more stuff growing. So just to show you what we put in, like this one was much bigger over the winter. Parts of it, I think it did succumb to the wind a little bit. As this area is maybe a little bit more exposed, this one didn't succumb to the wind at all. It's just one of those things where you just got to trial and error. But we have five blackberry bushes. And they're going to be pretty big this year, as they're already doing really well. And then over here we have raspberry. I think we have 3 raspberry. I think I only bought 3 raspberry.
Mm-hmm.
Stay, Rom.
No.
The dogs can't get back here and it drives them crazy. So this is another raspberry. We used a technique which a lot of people recommended, which was to lay down cardboard to kill off the grass. And then I've been just raking all the leaves and bringing the leaves back here because it does wonders with the cardboard and the leaves for bringing in earthworms. And the soil is really rich. And that's another raspberry. Then over here we have a blueberry. Now I ended up buying more blueberries than expected, just because they were on the rack. They were like $3. $3. It's like, okay, I'll give you a shot. Let's see if we could get you to come back to life. And they're doing really well. This little guy here, we still have to mulch around him. You know, he was on the rack too, and you know, tiny, and well, he needed a little bit of a kick in the butt to get going, and he seems to be doing good. We have to still prune a lot. We have some strawberries growing back here, but we got strawberries growing kind of everywhere that we didn't plant, that are of a wild variety, but we believe they're edible. We haven't tried them yet. So this is another blackberry that we stuck in. Again, this was on the rack. I just couldn't let it just sit there and die. Mm-hmm. And this is another blueberry. And as you can see, the blueberries are coming in. Now, this is another blueberry over here. And another over here. The only thing we lost, which was right by that potting soil, and was a soursop, which something got to it. That's the only one we lost. Everything made it through the whole year. This is one of our fig trees. These guys were about, I don't know, a foot or so. They started to do pretty well as we got a little visit by a butterfly. Aww. Perfect timing. Yeah. So these are figs.
I'm curious if, what about this cactus here? I'm kind of curious about it. I know our horses used to eat something like that in Idaho, but this bugger's big.
Yeah, so we just left this because it's doing so well. We don't even know what it is. Cindy's seen them before.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if anybody there knows what this is, but it seems awful happy. There's a lot of them around here, but we haven't seen one this big. So this is like 4.5, almost 5 feet tall. Rom, stay. And this is another. So we have 3 fig trees going. And then we have Rama and Sassy there.
Yeah, no, you stay.
You stay, Ram.
Naughty boy.
And Sita's in the background. There's Sita back there.
Mm-hmm. And he's plotting right now as we speak.
Now he hurdled the fence earlier, so we put another layer to it. Actually, I have one that's bigger that I'm going to have to put in place.
Yeah.
Because they will break every bush in here.
Yes.
And then we come to our grapes, which we weren't sure if they were going to make it. But they bounced back because they looked really bad over the winter. But they bounced back and they seem to be doing good. So we have one grape there, another grape here. This was one that we thought was absolutely dead, but it's coming back to life. As the butterfly is following us around. And then another grape. So I guess we got what, about 7 blueberry plants, maybe 5 blackberry. Blackberry do amazing in this area. They'll end up taking over a lot. It's a big endeavor, but we have about another 20 or so feet beyond the fence that we could clear out if we had to. which would let a little more morning sun in, and we could extend the garden out.
Yeah,
But that's a big endeavor. We won't get to it this year, maybe over the winter.
no, but we did plant a lot of spearmint. I think it's spearmint and peppermint, but two different kinds of mints, and they're starting to take root. Those are really good for tea, but they're also good for keeping bugs away.
Absolutely. So the things that made it all year long really were very few in the greenhouse as far as stuff. We have oregano here that's done really well, and then a rosemary plant that looks nice and strong. This aloe was a lot bigger. It didn't make it through the last freeze though. Now we have a peach tree and we have a nectarine tree that we'll be putting in. And then in the background there is a pear tree. I put 2 pear trees in the front, and this is a 3rd pear tree. I'm not sure where I'm going to stick it yet. In here is a bunch of mint, which is starting to really take over a lot. And I just didn't show you the wild strawberries. I just want to show you those.
You know what? I think those had yellow flowers. I can't remember. Oh yeah, they're yellow flowers.
Yellow
And
flowers.
I just left this patch here because I've been using the weed eater back here, but this is a real cool little patch, so I just left it.
Yeah, and these are actually everywhere. They actually mix in with mint over here. So I planted lavender in there. I'm not sure if it's going to come back, but the mint there's spearmint and regular mint, or spearmint and peppermint. And there was rosemary in there. I'm surprised it didn't make it, because the rosemary, I had it up in Connecticut and it made it no problem. And then what we have going in here, these bigger ones in the pots are Kratom trees. Those are Kratom, which is an amazing leaf. Yeah, it's fabulous for pain killing. It's kind of also gives you, it's related to coffee. It'll give you a boost, yet you won't feel jittery. It's kind of like having an espresso shot without twisting your stomach in knots and making you jittery. And then we have a bunch of pepper plants going right now because, and watermelon that we got to transplant as well. So this is just a start. We have a ton of stuff to get growing from seeds, as we have tons and tons of seeds to utilize. And then you could see, here's the kids.
Yeah.
There they are.
There's the babies. No. Say hi, kids.
Say hi.
Rom, can you sit?
Sit, Rom.
Good boy.
Good boy. Where's your paw?
Where's your paw?
Give me your paw.
Give me your paw. Oh, he's nervous. He's on stage now. Oh, she says, look at me.
Hi, Sita. Hi, Sita. Hi, Sita.
I don't think he does tricks unless there's food involved, but sitting is good. Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to know. Like if there's food, yeah, he'll do it. And then that's the porch that we enclosed. So just wanted to give you guys a little update on how things are going. Let us know how things are going with you guys as well. Again, and you can see here's another patch of wild strawberries. As they're pretty much everywhere. Let us know how you guys are doing as well. You know, ideally we would love to have a few acres. I think for us 2 acres would have been just perfect, more than enough. But this will have to do, and as an inspiration, if there's a guy that you guys might know called Jake Mace, he used to live in Phoenix, and his yard was this size, and it was a jungle, and he grew enough food probably to feed 20 people. It was amazing, and so, you know, we just wanted to just see how much we could get growing here as far as to be able to support ourselves. I don't think we could have chickens here because nobody bothers. We're not in a subdivision or anything like that. Things are very lenient here. But I don't think we will, just because, you know, eggs are not that important to us. I mean, maybe eat them once a week. You know, we don't eat a lot of eggs. And we wouldn't raise meat birds anyway. That's just something we wouldn't want to do. So, we wouldn't be utilizing it for that. But there's a lot of other things we'll be growing as well. Just wanted to share with you guys. Thanks for excusing the mess as we're still trying to clean up after the storms rolled through.
Hmm. Yes, indeed. So thank you so much for watching. God bless and namaste.
God bless, guys. Namaste.